My name's Jack Dyson, I'm 18 and I am a cystic fibrosis sufferer. Cystic fibrosis is a genetic condition that affects the lungs and the pancreas, and basically what it means is that I have a lower lung function than most people, and there'll be times when I struggle to breathe, and the whole pancreas issue is the fact that I don't digest food the same way that normal people do, but so I have to take tablets every time I eat things that include fat, so mainly dairy and normal food products, but that's pretty much what it is. And it also has a life expectancy which is currently standing at about 38. Obviously it does have its times where it does affect me, so obviously now because I'm in hospital, but it's the easiest way to explain it is that, as I said before, it is to do with the lungs, and I do have trouble breathing at times, and that's pretty much the only way it affects me in day-to-day life. And there's also the big thing with me is the mental part of CF, which is obviously that life expectancy in the back of your head, just sitting there all the time. This is the 4th or 5th time, I can't remember exactly how many, but I think it's between 4 and 5 times that I've been in. My first admission was 2006, I think, so a little while back, but since then I always try to keep myself out of hospital because it's not a great place to be, but you know, my lung functions drops and my weight drops, so I obviously need to be admitted so that I can get better and get back out there and keep doing what I'm doing. Well, I signed up for the gym back in 2014 and I went for about 6 or 8 months and I thought I was doing well, but then it kind of got to the point where I was going just because everybody else was going, and I thought, well, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. So I actually quit the gym. Then I actually signed back up again and I was going for about 3 months. Then I went to my first IMBA competition, which was back in March this year. And I was talking to the guy who runs Zap down at Howrah, and instant connection, and bam, he's now my coach and he's leading me down the right path and helping me on my way, on my little journey in life.
Well, I met Jack approximately 8 months ago. Not long after that, we started coming to my counter quite regularly and started talking to me about training and asking me tips, and then probably around February, I reckon, mate, if not a bit earlier, we started hanging out a bit. I was doing a prep for a show myself, and yeah, came on board and started hanging out and doing things with us. So. Progress, the whole thing when it comes to progress, not just as training but also as a person, like dealing with CF and trying for him to navigate his way through life in general, is a tough gig for anybody that age. With having CF on board, that can, you know, that holds him back, yes, but he doesn't let it hold him back. Yes, he's typical of boys that age, you know, all the hormones and all the carries on, but when it comes to progress in the gym, I would like to say that in time he will do what he wants to do, which is step on stage and compete. But he's just got to stick at it and not let anything else affect him. Like, get a mindset where he's going to keep going and not I want to do this, I want to do this, and go off in these little jaunts. But he's made progress to the point where he's got built muscle, but not necessarily the right way. But he's had a go in doing it and done the right thing by himself.
He has mentored me, he's looked after me, he's coaching me currently towards the powerlifting competition that I'm going in October. But it is more than just the gym, it's just in life in general. He's been very, very supportive of me and my CF, and he realises that I have CF. He doesn't discriminate against me or go easy on me because I've got CF. He still pushes me as hard as he possibly can. And
everybody's perceived perception of the condition is that, you know, they can't breathe, when it's so much more than that. You don't sleep, you don't function properly. When you're not functioning properly, when you're not having the proper medications, or whether you're not living properly, it comes down to having the condition that stops you from doing day-to-day stuff every day, not just one day out of 7 or 2 days out of 3. It's every day. It's something he lives with. And seeing it's made me stand up and notice other people have got it. So like other conditions, and not hearing about it in the news, and hearing about people wanting to be getting rid of it and fighting it. Like, everybody has their own way of dealing with it, and that's what I find that a lot of people don't realise, that every person who has CF deals with it differently. I can see where he has his good days and his bad days. Sometimes when he's having a bad day, it's very hard to get the best out of him because he's always coughing. Mind you, in saying that, he does have a crack and pull himself through by the end of it. When he's having his good days, he's one of the most annoying kids I know. But that's the part of the relationship and friendship we have. Over the winter just gone, he has struggled a bit, being in and out of hospital twice, I do believe, off the top of my head. He's about to go in for one now as we speak. But the understanding of the fact that he has a life expectancy and that he's pushing himself to get the best out of what he's got at the moment, it's very admirable of a kid of his age. So he's having a go, which is the main thing. When you're talking about the fact that he trains, like, he gets around all the clubs, all the ZAP clubs running between here and Central, and then he trains with the Garage and Gaines crew. Like, me, from a ZAP perspective, and having him as a member is great, because some people do actually go, oh, who's the young guy you're training or training with, sort of thing. And when you say to some of them that he's got cystic fibrosis, a lot of people's understanding of cystic fibrosis is that they can't breathe. And when it extends a lot more than that, like, Jack maybe have diabetes issues when it comes to his CF. Like, that's everything. It's not just I can't breathe, I've got shitty lungs. It's, you know, it's day-to-day coughing and spluttering, can't sleep because, you know, he can't settle because he's coughing all the time. It's tough, like, seeing it from a perspective of I have 4 kids, you know, and seeing him as a young adult, even though I hate to say it, he's a young adult now. Got his licence, he goes away to America soon. Like, he's got plenty ahead of him, but even though there's a certain life expectancy with people who are suffering from CF, you know, a lot of people don't understand it primarily for what it is, which is a debilitating condition that affects day-to-day living. Because
there's a lot of medication that's involved with CF, so obviously I have to take tablets every single time that I eat food, and then I have to do 2 nebulizers every day, which is like a little inhaler thing, and so that basically feeds the drugs into me, and that helps me to breathe. So do that. Have to do a thing called pari-pep, which is like a little thing that you blow on, and it helps to release the mucus in the lungs, so it's not always clogged up. And that's basically it. And obviously I go to the gym a lot to try and keep myself in as good as shape as I can be.
Oh, like I said, some days he'll be great, other days he'll just be RS and it'll be coughing every 2 or 3 sets, if not every set. When we go and train at the Garage Gaines, he tends to cough a lot more because it's a bit dusty and a bit colder up there. Coming into summer, hopefully that'll change. But yeah, no, he sometimes when he's having his bad days, like I said, he really, it's just, mate, shut shop, sit down, and struggling to catch his breath. But mind you, like I said, he has a go and he fights for every rep he has to get.
Overcoming that mental barrier. I haven't completed that goal yet of getting over it, but that's the greatest struggle that I have with CF, because there are times that I don't tend to show my emotions towards CF in public or anything. It's just that little thing that I have, and nobody would know that I had it if I didn't tell them. And so basically there will be times that I have emotional breakdowns about it. There have been times that I've cried about it. But, you know, when you think about it, there's, like, you'll have those moments where you do break down and struggle, but you can't actually help it, and you can't change the fact of the age barrier that's there, or the limits that's there. So really, I'm starting to learn that you've just got to, yes, it's there, it's always in the back of your head, but you just got to keep pushing along, because if you spend too much time worrying about it, it's going to come around like that, and you're going to be gone before you know it, and what have you done in that time?
How do I learn my dreams to mold, to lay them bare in the morning cold? If they're still out there, then the chasm grows. For all you know, for all you know. Let me down easy, let me down slow. If all good things ever come and go,